Hello casuals, once again this is AikawaKazu and welcome back to another Knowing Your Skills episode. I know it's been a long time, but as I tell the guys on the stream and the guys on YouTube, step by step. So all these stuff, show matches came back, and then we have 1 vs 1 in the PvP tournament, we have versus going on, and now I'm trying to get back KYS. So KYS will start off with obviously the class that I love the most, the Moonlords. And of course, featuring my own character, AikawaKazu. So here we go. So we just have a follow on the stream. It's Ashin Rukta. Welcome to the stream. And this is actually a live stream episode. So I always try to get my content on live stream now, so it's a lot more efficient, as I can get to interact with people on the stream as well as and then getting this footage on to YouTube. So I get to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. So today for KYS we'll talk about a few main things. We'll talk about the level 65 passive buff changes, which is the change from Magic Boost to, well, it's actually still called Magic Boost, but it's actually changed to Magic Mastery. That's what they wrote in the patch notes. So this is supposed to be Magic Mastery. And then we'll talk about Crescent Cleave changes, right? Where you'll be able to do the focus, the precise version as mentioned by Noxlin or Ninjas, whoever knows which name better. And then we'll talk about flash stunts, where you can now be able to dash. So 3 main things that we're talking about here in the Moonlord KYS, or Knowing Your Skills. And the poise driver, you can hear that Kirisake is actually the Japanese voice for half and slash. So that's what you get when you follow the stream. And we have another one, That Rainbow. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Okay, we're doing KYS right now and there'll be no background music because I'll be inserting this one back when I edit the video. So the first thing we'll be testing will be the passive level 65 changes. Okay, we're gonna go into Typhoon King Hell because the first boss very good to showcase some stuff. So basically, in the past, Magic Boost actually gave you a straight up 20% magic attack increase from your magic attack here. But right now it's changed to give you 1.6 magic attack per intelligence that you have. You can see they have 20.5k intelligence, which means that I should, let me get the calculator out, 20.5 times 1.6, I should get 32.8k M attack plus my 37,000. So you guys can see about 70k increase in my magic attack, which you'll see about now. So this thing only works when you actually do a successful magic attack. So you can cast Impact Wave here, my stats remain the same. But if I actually manage to cast a, let's say, Moonlight Splitter, you can see right now I have 72,000 magic attack. So that is actually the passive buff and it works. And actually when the passive buff is working, you'll see that your hands or your gauntlet area will actually glow blue. You can see actually there's a blue bubble that is following me right now. So let's get some monsters out of the way first. Okay, so the most important thing right now to note about the changes to the passive buff is how it actually works, right? Or rather, how do you activate it? So I mentioned you need to actually get a magic attack skill to be on the enemy, okay? And the second thing is, once you activate the buff, the rest of the hits, let's say for example, let's say Crescent Cleave, right now I don't have the buff on me, and I should cast Crescent Cleave. You can see the first hit is actually sent 8,000, but look at that. On the boss there, it was actually about 100,000. So you can see that there was a damage increase because the first hit triggered the new 65 passive boost, and then the rest of the damage will be buffed by the new damage. So let's say if I do Moonblade Dance right now, you can see the first damage is 200,000, but the rest will be 400,000, almost twice the amount of damage. But the problem with Moonlords is that skills like Half and Slash take some time to charge up. So if you want to waste a Half and Slash right now, you can see that this will do about 2.2 million damage after the buff for Half and Slash. And that's without you casting the buff first, which means that's a big mistake if you don't do that. So before you cast Half and Slash, you should always make sure that you cast a casual Great Wave, like this, to make sure that you get the buffs on, or Moonlight Splitter. The one that's very useful will be Cyclone Slash, because most Moonlords will have their Cyclone Slash at level 1, and Cyclone Slash will keep rebuffing the buff. Look at that, at the top left corner, you can see that the counter, the 5-second duration for the buff will keep refreshing. So Cyclone Slash good to set up as well. But what if you want to do Half and Slash? So what you usually do is you do Provoking Slam. Provoking Slam doesn't trigger the buff, but Brave triggers the buff. So you cast Brave, and then you can see that right now Half and Slash deals about 7.8 million damage. So don't make that mistake where you cast Halfling Slash without your passive buff being up. So Brave itself can actually do, or rather it can actually trigger the buff. And why does Provoking Slam doesn't trigger the buff? Because Provoking Slam is a physical based damage attack. Okay, it's a physical based damage attack. You can see that it's based off 271% physical attack. There's no magic attack component on it, which means any skill that you have that has a magic attack component, like Eclipse, can actually trigger the magic mastery buff as well. So if you have Eclipse, you can use it to use a casual Eclipse to trigger the buff, will be very good. Or you can use Brave. But most importantly, the ones that I mentioned will be always Impact Wave, that's one. Cyclone Slash for sustaining the buff, but I just got cancelled here. Or you can cast Brave, and then a casual Halfling Slash to get your damage increase. So with that, that is actually all for the passive buff changes. But what you need to know, if you haven't already read my written guide about the passive buff, is that the intelligence, let's say there are skills in the game like Genie, okay, and Cocktail. Genie from the Kali class, and Cocktail from the Alchemist class that can increase your intelligence stats. Those intelligence added to your base stats will also affect the passive defensive, not passive defensive, I want to say, will also affect the new level 65 passive skill for Moonlord, which is Magic Mastery. So if you want like huge increase in your magic attack, you can actually get a Kali to summon Genie that lasts 15 seconds, or Cocktail, which is a 27% or 24% to 27% boost depending if the Alchemist got a skill ring for Cocktail, to increase your damage. Right, guys, I'm going to do a damage showcase to show you guys the potential of Genie with the new Moonlord buff changes. I can bring my intelligence stats out. Cyclone Slash, look at that, 150,000. That's about 10 million Halfling Slash. And yep, basically good stuff. Let's finish off a great wave! You know the buff is over already. You guys can see the buffs and usage. Yep, there will be a usage of Genie, and Genie really increases your damage by a lot. So make sure you do. So you actually use Genie. You can get a Kali, that will be very very good even if you are not that geared. Look at that, I only have 4% dark attack and 8% FD. And I'm not doing that critical cap just now, so could have done more, but that's damage showcase for the Moonlord's new passive buff with so that is about it for the passive defensive. What am I saying passive defensive? I'm so used to saying passive defensive. But that's all for the last 65 passive skill for the Moonlords. Okay. Alright guys, welcome to the second part of the KYS where I'll talk about Crescent Cleave. Alright, Crescent Cleave could be cast like this. The EX version. Oh crap, I pressed the S version. So this is the new version for Crescent Cleave. So how do you do that? You press, or rather you can do that by holding down the S key, or the key that walks you backwards in case you change your key bindings. So the normal version should be this, which is a concave, a wide area covered, which is very useful if you fight a large boss, but against medium-sized bosses, which is a huge amount of bosses in the game, which are medium-sized or medium monsters, you want to use the new Focus Precise version. So once you press Crescent Cleave, you don't need to hold S. You know, you look very stupid if you actually hold S while trying to fight. So you just need to press the button S just after you press the Crescent Cleave skill. So if I press Crescent Cleave right now and I just hold S after that, you can see I get the focus version. I'm going to try clear the monsters first, because I want to get rid of all the stuff to show you guys the number of hits they can get on the bosses. I mean on the Typhoon King boss. Not Typhoon King boss, the first boss, the Gardener. So if the thing about the new focus version is many people actually do the wrong method. They do it like this, like right in front of the boss. You should look at that. It's only about 13 hits. In fact, it's lesser because of the little monsters around. They actually got more hits from me. So you want to do your new focus precise Crescent Cleave correctly. Let's go do my board clearing skills. So the right distance to actually cast your new Crescent Cleave will be about 2 to 3 meters, like away from the boss. Which is, I'm going to try to do it successfully right now. It's running towards me. About here. got 16 hits. I'm going to try to get more. I think last time I practiced I could get about 24. So that was slightly too far away. But you can see that is definitely more hits. That was without the Spartan Goblins. Okay, the more Spartan Goblins as well. So I think I need to get slightly closer, should be about here. We'll let the boss move about here. So I guess 16 hits will be about right. Let's try to hit higher. But basically you don't want to stand like right in front of the boss with the new focus version. Because while it might be focused, each wave can actually hit about 4 hits. Okay, each Crescent Cleave can hit about 4 hits. So technically with the focus version you should be able to hit 24. So I'm gonna try again. Look at that, 20 hits right now. I think we got one on the Goblin. So basically the key will be to actually get yourself like slightly in front, away from the boss, instead of just standing right beside. Okay, so about here. Oh gosh, the boss moved. Dragoness lag trolling KYS. Yeah, it's gonna open. Okay, let's go close the gate first. See if it's gonna move. Okay, it's not moving. So about here. So you can see 20 hits here because each wave can hit up to 4 times. But the thing is, if you move too far back, you only get like 3 waves to hit anyway, or maybe 4. So 4 times 4 is about 16. Okay, let's try one last time. See, 22. So the ideal situation is to try to hit 20 to 22 hits, and with the new buffs to Crescent Cleave, let me just show you guys the damage. Let's close it first. Cast my Monkey Splash. So I'm gonna get my Provoking Slam and all the stuff up, and then I'm gonna show you guys the potential damage. We'll wait for the boss to cast a skill first. Okay. My brakes on. Here comes Crescent Cleave. I got blown away by the boss. That was anticlimactic. Gonna try it one more time. Gonna cut that out. I might do without the Cyclone Slash because I want you guys to see the damage clearer. If it's actually like with the Cyclone Slash, you can't really see the damage. Let me go close the gate first and do my bot clearing skill. Okay, I think this should be about right. Instant break. So you can see 400,000 damage. So 400,000 times 22. Sorry guys, I got to stop here. Times 22. You get about 8.8 million damage with the new changes with my current gears. And 8.8 million is actually close to what my Harpoon Slash can actually do. Let me show you. Slam. I use Cyclone Slash to cover the Brave. That was actually like a 5 million damage Harpoon Slash plus a 1.1, so about 6 million. So you can see that actually Crescent Cleave can actually do more damage than Harpoon Slash. But of course my Crescent Cleave is actually level 16 with the skill ring, and my Harpoon Slash is actually 2000 with attack level 14. Okay, but you can see that right now Crescent Cleave can do huge damage if you use it properly. So let's get to the next part where we'll talk about the usage of the new version, or the potential of the new focus precise version in PvP. Alright guys, Crescent Cleave changes. The new focus version for Crescent Cleave works for PvP as well. But the issue when before Crescent Cleave was actually changed was that Crescent Cleave, it can get you a flinch, you can see it gets you a flinch, but because it only hits for 3 hits, you cannot really chain it other than this, okay? Other than your usual Cyclone Slash or your 360 wall bounce. You can actually use Crescent Cleave to do like a wall bounce. I'm gonna try that and show that again. You can use Crescent Cleave to do a wall bounce. Okay, so if you look at Crescent Cleave right now, look at that, there's just a slight lift with Crescent Cleave last time. Even though I'm still using the focus version to show you guys that. But last time Crescent Cleave was pretty useless, okay? Because it could only do like just now I show you. So flinch with 3 hits, now it's like 6, okay? But you cannot chain it because you can see that the target stands up very fast. Let me just show you again. Normal version. Unless you're like super accurate, which I just did just now, you will not be able to pull off Crescent Cleave to Moonblade Dance. And that's talking about baiting the passive defensive skills first. But right now, the new changes here, the chances of you doing the Moonblade Dance to Crescent Cleave is a lot better with the focus version. So let's say if you get a Heavy Slash, focus version, get the target hittable, and you can see that you can chain it with Moonblade Dance. That makes it pretty sick because okay, Moonblade Dance last time could only be used off Cyclone Slash, and then you do your usual max DPS combo. Okay, right now you can add in Crescent Cleave to the mix, and I haven't even shown you guys the damage that Crescent Cleave can do in PvP. I actually need a friend, a dummy, so I'm going to try to get one from the stream later on. But basically right now, you can actually use Crescent Cleave for the flinch, and then you chain it with Moonblade Dance, and that will give you crazy damage. So that's the new changes to Crescent Cleave. But what you need to know that if your target is too far from you, like this, you might not get the flinch. I should cast it correctly there. I'm going to try like here. Cast the wrong version. What happened to me there? You can see that the target is just paralyzed, okay? So you need to make sure that you make the distance correct to get the flinch. As you can see here, that's about just far enough for you to get the flinch. I think if you stand here, it's too far away. No, that's still okay, because you actually take a step forward. But basically, if you're too far away, like maybe here, damn, I'm good. I'm just kidding, guys. About here, I think here is definitely you won't get the flinch. So don't use it like out of nowhere, okay? You will not get a flinch, and the guy can probably combo. You can still try to chain it with Moonblade Dance, but it's gonna be a risk. It's gonna be a risk, but it can still work. It can still work. Alright, guys, Crescent Cleave damage showcase. Damage showcase, take number 10. Just kidding. I think take number 5. You can see that it's about 2.3k damage, and I got about 9 hits, so that's 2.3 times 9, it's close to 20,000 damage. So the new focus Crescent Cleave, you're looking at very significant damage from Crescent Cleave. Okay, so right now we're going to show the Cyclone Slash version of Crescent Cleave. Okay, so just now we're trying to showcase Crescent Cleave. So we're going to do Crescent Cleave with Cyclone Slash right now. So we're just going to cast a casual Cyclone Slash. Then you position itself. Look at that. Look at that. If you minus off the 16 hits from Cyclone Slash, and then you add in the 18 hits of Crescent Cleave, it's 18 times 2.3k there, and that is huge damage. 2.3k times 18, that's 41,000 damage. You can see half HP gone from arrow. Just Cyclone Slash and Crescent Cleave. So, if you actually did this, I'm looking at a dead acrobat. That's 3.4k. I didn't really kill it because I actually I flunked my Crescent Cleave there, but you can see the damage potential. That's 3.4k, and if you just get 10 hits, that's 34,000 damage there from Crescent Cleave. But do note that my Crescent Cleave again, level 16, and I have the damage plate for Crescent Cleave. So Crescent Cleave damage plate now very useful for PvP and PvE. So the last example what I'm going to show you guys is basically our usual combination play. That means our Cyclone Slash, Moonblade Dance. Our Cyclone Slash, Moonblade Dance. And then we'll do in our Crescent Cleave to see if we can actually one-shot a character. Didn't quite do that because my Crescent Cleave was only 10 hits, but you can see 90% HP gone off this effort here. So the changes to Crescent Cleave, precise and focused version is really very useful to PvP as well. And one more thing to note, let's say if you cast a Crescent Cleave this way, look at that. The secondary Crescent Cleave EX, the left click version, can also flinch targets. So because right now people are very afraid of the Crescent Cleave focus fire version, or the focus and precise version, you can bait a tumble and then turn it around. Let's say for example if the target is here, or rather it's in front of me, tumbles to the right, you can actually get them back here and then get Moonblade Dance to finish them off. So Crescent Cleave changes, very good for PvP as well. So useful for guys who are Moonlords in this KOS episode. So the last thing that I want to showcase to you guys is actually flash stun. Last thing in this KOS episode, we talk about flash stuns, okay, and we'll talk about the changes. The changes that will make the flash stun is basically the dash. So in the patch notes, it actually mentioned that you can dash by pressing the spacebar, but it is not true. You actually dash by pressing the W. Okay, can you actually dodge like sideways? I'm going to test it out right now. 20 seconds on the cooldown here. So can you dash sideways? You cannot. So you have to manually face your mouse in the direction that you want to dash away from. That's one more thing to note. You can't dash backwards either. You can't press S. You have to look back and dash. Okay, so every time you're going to do dash away from your opponent, it's very useful. So why is that very good for Moonlord? The first thing is, last time we were actually relying on hacking stunts. For example, look at that. Even hacking stunts can be cancelled as well. Okay, so I actually have hacking stunts in my build because I was testing out a line drive skill build previously, but do not follow my skill build for PvP Moonlord because I have a PvP build for my own Moonlord, and it's actually under my first tree. It doesn't have line drive, it doesn't have hacking stunts, okay? So if you prefer to use hacking stunts and line drive for PvP Moonlords, I will stop you, but please don't follow the build here if you're not used to using them. But you can see the hacking stunts itself right now has a dash as well, and for Moonlords you can now actually cancel it by pressing the right click as well. Last time you couldn't quite do that. Last time you were forced to dash until the duration is over, and if you are caught by a stagger or a flinch, you are pretty much screwed. But right now this effect is also on flash stunts. And for us, we have to cancel by pressing the right click, obviously. Okay, so what else has changed? What is so useful about the dash right now, aside from not adding parrying stunts? Last time we used parrying stunts to tide over skills like the Spirit Boost. But right now you can use flash stunts to, like, you know, buy time from Iron Skin. Or if you are getting parrying stunts, and then you can use, like, say, flash stunts for Spirit Boost. Or maybe you can use parrying stunts later on for showtime. So right now you have two skills to actually maneuver. If you want to be the ultimate, the quote-unquote runner, well, you can add hacking stunts, so you have 3 stunts to run around the field. And that will probably... I'm not encouraging this behavior, by the way. I'm just saying that there's a possibility for you to have 3 skills to dash with almost no cooldown on the map. So that's just FYI. But the most important changes to flash stunts is the dash. Why? Because right now with the dash version, in PvP, or rather in PvE, flash stance actually has a very fast casting version, but in PvP, it is actually reduced by 50%, okay? So PvP has a slower flash stance wave, or rather slash casting of 50%. You can see it's a lot slower compared to your PvE. Which means that, okay, for the normal version of flash stance, you can cast a maximum of 8 slashes, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then you must use your final wave. And why you must use a final wave? Because the final wave actually does 300% of the usual waves that you cast at the start. So you do not want to not get your last wave to be cast, because it actually does the most damage. And of course the last wave has a flinching effect, so you always want to have your last wave to be cast on flash stuns. So let's get to the point. Okay, let's get to the point. The dash effect allows you to cancel your casting animation, or rather not cancel, make it faster. Previously you can see that your sword needs to be kept before you can fire out your next wave, but if you press dash you can see that, look at that, I'm cancelling the casting animation by maybe close to 0.3 seconds. So when you save 0.3 seconds here, you're looking at 10, in fact looking at more. You can see that I'm casting the waves a lot faster, just like the PvE. And I didn't quite get the hits to be shown because I was quite far away. I'm going to bring the dummy closer. I'll show you guys again. You can get up to 12 normal slashes. You see that? 12 normal slashes that I got. Okay, that wasn't a very good showcase there because I messed up my W. So what I did there is I hold down my left click. Okay, you can literally hold down your left click and then time your W to actually cancel the casting animation. I'm going to try that again. So that's 12 again. The thing is, 12 doesn't include the right click version. So if you want to do the dash version, which means you click your casting animation with flash stance, you have to do 10 normal slashes and 1 right click. Okay, I'm going to try that again. And in fact, that was almost 11 plus 1 to 12. It's actually possible, but it is not consistent. Okay, so I'm actually recommending 10 normal slashes plus 1 right click. Like this. So you can see that initially it was 8 plus 1, which is 9. Now you have 10 plus 1, which means 2 more normal slashes and your right click version. So make sure you go practice it because it actually requires some practice. And the other tip from Zakon from DNE was that you can just hold down your left click, and when you hold down your left click, you just need to time your W correctly. So you hold down your left click. That will actually be enough. So if you try to do the manual version, it's actually press your W like midway your slashes. I'm going to show you that way. But you can see that it's not that consistent because you have to time the W correctly. So the best way is actually to press down your left click, hold down your left click, and then time your W so you actually stay on the spot. So that's it. That's it for this KYS. We talk about the passive level 65 buff. Okay, make sure you do your casual magic attack skill first, or use Cyclone Slash, sustaining magic attack skills. And we know that once you get the buff on, the remaining hits will actually benefit from the magic attack increase. So let's say if you have a 10 hit Moonblade Dance, I'm just doing a summary here, your first hit will not have the magic boost, but your next 9 hits or more will actually have the magic boost. So that's one lift buster away. So you don't need to actually get your buff first to make sure that all your other hits actually get the boost from the level 65 passive skill. We talk about Crescent Cleave as well as how to cast it. You can press S just after you actually press the skill. So you don't need to hold down S so you look like a fool before you press your Crescent Cleave. And that will assure you your focus precise version, but you do not need to do that. You just need to press your S just after you press your Crescent Cleave. Okay, just after. So casting the wrong version right now to show you the mistake, but basically you can actually cast it just after like this. And we talk about the Crescent Cleave showcase of this damage, and last but not the least, flash stance and the dash version for the faster casting speed for 2 more waves. So yep, that's it for this week's KYS, your knowing the skills for the Moonlord buffs. Thanks for watching once again. My name is AikawaKazu. If you like this episode, give it a like, and of course if you enjoy KYS, make sure you stomp the like button so that we get more KYS to go on. That's it from me. My name is AikawaKazu. God bless, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye. I'm recording, so it's not a time when I can fix the stream. So 2 more games to go. This looks like another Moonlord or Gladiator, I think. We shall see from his Moonlight Slither, so it's gonna be a Glad. Counter play. Whoa. So I didn't expect Line Drive EX because it's actually one of the few times I actually fought against a Gladiator. It's got caught by my... Oh man, this is not good. Oh, it is not good. Makes a mistake on his finish attack again, so it's good for me. Okay, he's dead. Great Wave! Woo! Yeah! Alright guys, last game. Seems like we started off well, and then in the middle section we were doing badly. And it seems like hopefully we finish strong this episode. Hopefully we finish strong in this third Ladder Series episode. Oh no, it's a lolly! Don't let me do it! I don't want to kill a lolly!